Every time Elden Ring receives an update, sometimes Seamless Co-op mod will stop working, and if that's the case, you can't use your save file in Seamless Co-op mod until it gets fixed. But there is a way around being able to play on that save file before it gets fixed. Either you can back up the version of the game back to the previous update, which is a bit more complicated than what I'm going to show you to do. But this way, you can change the extension on your save file to be the same as the ones for base game Elden Ring. So you can play your save file from Seamless Co-op in base game Elden Ring. The only risk with doing this is that you're risking a ban from online play in base game Elden Ring. Therefore, you won't be able to summon anybody, and you won't be able to go to the Colosseums and do player versus player battles. But if you don't really care about online play, then that won't really be an issue for you since you can just play offline anyways if you get banned. So the first thing you want to do to get to your save files is that you want to go to your roaming folder in your file explorer. A shortcut to do this is pressing your window key on your keyboard and pressing R. This will bring you to this menu right here, which will have where you can type into this and it'll open any folder for you in your file explorer. And you just want to type the percentage sign, app data, and then percentage sign again. This will take you to your roaming file in your roaming folder in your file explorer. Then you want to find the Elden Ring folder in your roaming folders, and this will bring you to where your save files are. You want to go to this file right here, which will have all of your save files from both Seamless Co-op and Base Game Elden Ring. But for sakes of the demonstration, I don't want to mess with my files anymore in Base Game Elden Ring, so I made these little dummy copies to show you the procedure of putting your Seamless Co-op files into Base Game Elden Ring. So to tell the difference between which files is for the mod and which files is for the base game, you want to look at the extension. If the extension is CO2, this is for Seamless Co-op. And if the extension is SL2, this is for base game. So the first thing you should always do is just make a copy of both of these files so you don't lose any of your save files for both Elden Ring base game and for the mod. Because if you mess something up, you might lose that save file forever. So it's always safe to keep a backup. The next thing you should do is that for the SL2 files for base game, you just want to rename both of them to something like, I don't know, like demon. Well, for this case, it's demonstration.sl2. Then in parentheses, I'll put old, so I know that these are the old base game files. And then I'll do that for this one too. You gotta do it for both of them. And you'll get a pop-up in saying that if you change the extension, it'll become unstable. You shouldn't worry about that too much, especially if you have a copy of it. So the next thing you want to do is that for your seamless co-op files, the extension CO2, you just want to rename that and change the extension to SL2. Oops, where did my file go? Right here. Then you want to change this one as well to SL2. And this should put your save file from Seamless Co-op into base game Elden Ring. So after you make that change, you want to open Elden Ring uh, right here. And then once you open Elden Ring, when you make a change, it might take a while for it to open at first, but you should have your save file from Seamless Co-op onto base game Elden Ring after you make that change. So once it loads, you're gonna go into load game. So now you're gonna go into the game. It's gonna try to log you in, and if it doesn't let you log in, then you may be banned, or your files are a little bit messed up. But for me, it lets me log in. And then you want to press load game, and then your save file from Seamless Co-op should be the only one here. Unless you have multiple, then you should have multiple. This was mine from Seamless Co-op, and I wanted to put it in here because I started my first playthrough on Seamless Co-op, and because I was going to play with my brother, but since it stopped working whenever the DLC came out, I couldn't play anymore, and I didn't want to restart, so I just put it into base game, and now I risked the ban, because whenever Seamless Co-op starts working again, I'll just use that for multiplayer instead. But that's how you put your Seamless Co-op mod files or mod save files into base game Elden Ring, and it should work. If it doesn't, then uh, there might be another method for doing so. But that's all. Have a good day, and thanks for watching.